Right, there's an article in The Guardian on Saturday the 7th of February 2026, Paisley Gilmore. Deafening, draining and potentially deadly. Are we facing a snoring epidemic? So a few facts here from the British Snoring and Sleep Apnea Association. I'm just going to read these from the article. They estimate that to be around 15 million snorers in the UK, and then around 8 million of those also experience sleep apnea. So chronic snoring can decrease the quality of our sleep, causing fatigue, low mood, poor concentration, and brain fog. It's even been linked to high blood pressure and cardiovascular problems. That's just the snoring, yeah? Then you move on to sleep apnea. It raises the risk of high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, heart disease, and sudden death. Can also significantly increase the risk of being in a car crash. 10% of accidents can be linked to sleep apnea. So this isn't an opinion piece. This is a researched piece of journalism. Go and check it out and have a read. Suffice to say, you probably want to do something about this if you snore or if you suffer sleep apnea, or if you know someone who does. Here's the thing, by the time we're 70, about 50% of people will be snoring. That's just the way it goes. Nobody ever said, as I got older, my snoring improved. Unless by improved, they mean got louder and more disruptive. And that's because a big part of it is your body's ability to maintain tone in your airways, so that they stay open, so they don't rattle around and vibrate, and they don't collapse. And unfortunately, as we get older, we lose tone in our tissues. It's just the way things go. So it follows that as we get older, we're more likely to snore. But there are things you can do about it. Thinking about something you can do, which is really easy, really cheap, in fact, it could actually just be free, is to think about the way you're breathing. And part of the problem is that we don't breathe efficiently when we sleep, or many of us don't. If you're breathing through your mouth, if you wake up with a dry mouth, then you're breathing through your mouth. Then there's a good chance you're going to snore now, or that you will develop snoring or sleep apnea in the future. So you've got to learn to sleep with your mouth closed. And then you need to learn to breathe lightly through your nose. And that can make some people feel uncomfortable because it feels like you're suffocating a little bit. So you need to do a little bit of work to make that feel like a more comfortable experience. So of course, making any of these changes should be alongside any medical advice you've been offered, especially if you suffer sleep apnea and maybe on the CPAP machine, which is the gold standard. But I managed to stop my own snoring and sleep apnea by keeping my mouth closed, learning to breathe more efficiently through my nose. It took about 3 days, and some people it's even faster than that. Some people it takes a few weeks. But it can be that quick, and it can be really profound. Now, truth be told, if I sleep without keeping my mouth closed, I'm back to snoring again. But if you look at the health benefits of not snoring, then for me, it's worth putting a little bit of tape over my mouth or around my mouth and, not worrying about what I look like when I'm asleep. So if you've given this a go and maybe you're finding it a little bit difficult to switch to nasal breathing at night, maybe you're just breathing heavily and snoring that way through your nose, or it's uncomfortable and you feel like you're suffocating, give me a shout. There are ways of making that easier. Doesn't have to take very long, and it can make a massive difference to your quality of sleep.